All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go, week 13, 2 weeks till the playoffs. It's pretty much decided who's going, who's not going. But we'll wait and see. You never know, right? So, as you'll see there, we got two teams who have clinched a playoff spot already. Our first place leader right now is Ty at 9-3. And Richard is at second place at 8-4, who's now won 2 in a row. Both of them have clinched a playoff spot. Richard's won 2 in a row to get there, so good for him. Then we have a three-way tie for 7-5. We got Jeremy, followed by Dave, followed by Tom. Jeremy's got about a 85-point lead over Dave, who's got about a 93-point lead there over Tom. So Jeremy's still in the driver's seat there out of the three of them, but he has lost 2 in a row. Dave's lost 2 in a row. So maybe those guys will keep falling. Maybe they'll turn it around. We'll have to see how it plays out here. Next, we have 3 guys that tied at 6-6. All of them were 5-6 last week and had big victories. So that's pretty much got them almost all linked into the playoffs now. So we got Dallas at 6-6. The buddies Jay and Adam and Rob. Dallas is way ahead there in points 4. And then Rob's the trailer out of the 3. So we'll see how that plays out for positioning. Dallas has got quite a few more points over some of the guys ahead of him. So if he keeps winning, maybe he can move up to both, 4th, 5th there. We'll see. Alone in 9th place is myself at 5-7. I was one of those 5-6 teams, and I'm the only one who lost. So that knocked me out of the playoff spot. I still am 4th in points 4. Just not having a good year in terms of matchups. I win close ones, lose close ones. It doesn't matter how many points are scored. It just seems like if they're close, they're more or less going the other direction lately. So that's been the year for me in this league, but that's the way it goes. We have 2 teams there down at 4-8. It's Sunil and Jen. Sunil pretty much has to win his last 2 games here and then outscore Rob by about 80 points to snag maybe that last playoff spot there and hope I lose both my games too. So we'll see how that goes. And then Wayne is alone at the bottom at 3-9. He's out of it completely. He would need 3 wins to catch, and we only have 2 games left. So we'll see how it goes this week. First matchup is myself and Jen. This is a big one for me. I pretty much have to win out here to get in. Jen is trying to play spoiler, maybe somehow back her way into the playoffs by scoring like over 200 points each week here. That's what she would need to do. I didn't have a great Thursday. Wandale let me down. The other 2 guys were roughly close to projected, so I did drop quite a bit there. Jen and I are pretty much bang on even, so it's 50-50 they're saying right now. Looking through both teams, we'll see if Chase can have a big game, if Disley can keep going, Edwards maybe can get lucky and give me a touchdown or 2, maybe Devonta Smith will play, get points. Right now it's the Barkley show, so that one's hurting me a lot. Tank Dell's not what I was hoping for this year. Thomas Jr.'s fallen off with Lawrence not being there. So, yeah, Jen's got a good team here against mine. So she's got Burrow, Higgins, Johnson there, Pollard, McCaffrey is looking better. So, yeah, I'm giving this one to Jen. I don't think I have enough to overcome my deficit from Thursday. I think she's going to sneak this one out here. We're both going to be 5-8. Unfortunately for her, I'll have more points 4, so I'll have the tiebreaker there. But I think Jen's going to win that one. All right. Next matchup. This one's a big one for the standings. Jay and Adam 6-6. Tom 7-5. So the buddies are chasing Tom there in the standings. Originally projected to be fairly close. The buddies are now about a 35-point favorite. They had big games yesterday from Keenan Allen and Achan. Going quite a bit over projected there, where Tom CeeDee Lamb suffered yesterday. The kicker, I mean, it's tough when you only get a few points there for a kicker. And then Jacoby Myers had a good day for him today against Kansas City, and Mahomes, after having some big weeks lately, kind of fell back to his normal there, about 16, 17 points there. So Tom's in a rough spot. He needs his guys to just go crazy tomorrow, or sorry, not tomorrow, on Sunday, for a good chance. I mean, it's possible. I mean, the Buddies guys are, could have some average days and not get touchdowns. We all see it happen all the time. So, but I do think the Buddies are going to win. I am going to give it to this one. Move them to 7-6, drop Tom back to 7-6, just muddy the waters up there in the standings a little bit more. Yeah, so far I think it'll be, the Buddies. Okay, next, this was another huge one in terms of the standings. We got second place, Richard, versus third place, Jeremy. Jeremy's trying to stop the free fall from happening here. Was projected to win by about 6, and now it's about 16. Although both guys had good weekends going so far. Richard had Jordan Love, Jameson Williams, Reed, Jacobs going yesterday. All had pretty decent games. Williams getting underprojected, which is actually kind of surprising. I thought he had a little bit more yards than that, but what can you do? Looks like more on TV, right? So, and then for Jeremy here, we had Tracy Jr. got about 14.5. Bowers had a big game today with 30 points. Bates for Detroit had some big field goals yesterday, so right. But Jeremy's team, he's got Jefferson, Flowers, Daniels has cooled off a little bit. Metcalf still looking pretty good. Richard's got Jigba, Walker. Maybe they can start using him a little bit more than Charbonnet in the goal line for Richard. He's been battling the Mark Andrews story. He's got AJ Brown in there now. So, I am going to give this one to Richard. I have a feeling Jeremy's going to lose again. I think he's going to drop to 7-6. Richard's going to win and go 9-4. I just think there's a few guys on Richard's team are going to have some good weeks. Daniels has cooled down a bit. Jefferson should do well for Jeremy. Flowers comes and goes. Hall's questionable, but I know he's got Allen in there. Javonte Williams has been hit or miss. So I just think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be close right till the end of Monday. Do they have guys? Yeah, they do have some guys going Monday. But I think Richard's going to sneak this one out in the end. All right, we got Rob versus Wayne. Originally, Rob was favored by about 2 points. Now he's favored by about 10. Rob had a bunch of guys going yesterday. He had Tua, Amon-Ra, DJ Moore, Rico Dowdle. He had Hopkins today, Detroit defense yesterday. So he's already at about 112 points. Wayne just had Jonnu and Tyler Kraft. So we had a couple of tight ends. Both did really well over projected. So they're both looking good. That 10 points is easily closable. Allen's playing well. Kupp, Ridley, London. Barkley's been putting up huge games. I mean, that 17's a low number for Barkley lately. So McConkey's getting better each week. Yeah, I actually think Wayne is going to pull the upset off, and I think it's going to be on the back of Barkley. I think Barkley is going to have one of those games again. He's going to put up like 30-some points. And guys on Rob's team like Stevenson and Demario Douglas, I think it might be a little lower. Just a thought. But yeah, I think Wayne's going to sneak this one out. I think Wayne's going to put up like, a little bit more than the 168, maybe closer to 180, and then Rob will probably be right around projected, but I do think Wayne will sneak this one out and play spoiler. All right, we got Dallas versus Sunil. Both guys had guys going yesterday. Dallas originally Favorite to win by about 35. Now it's about 50. Yeah, 52. He had Hill going yesterday, put up about 8 points over projected. Dallas defense put up 7 over projected. And Sunil had Kansas City defense today. It's about 1.5 points less than projected. Dallas's team is built on the receivers. We got Puka, we got Collins, we got Hill, we got Bijan in there, we got Kittle, we got Taysom Hill, who gets a touchdown all the time. Mike Evans is having a good year when he's been healthy. Then we got on the other side for Sunil, we got McLaurin, who's doing okay. Leggett's been okay. Lockett, it's Seattle. JSN's playing really well lately. Mixon's been fantastic. If White's not catching the ball, then I don't know if he'll get to that many points. Pitts has been struggling these last few weeks. I know we had a bye in there, but he's been lower than we would kind of hope again. And yeah, so I think, I don't know if it's going to be a 50-point win by Dallas, but I do think he is going to win maybe, 20 to 30. Yeah, 191 points. I mean, it's possible. Don't get me wrong. We've seen in these last couple of weeks people putting up 200 points. So I do think Dallas will win. Do I think he's going to hit 200? No. But I do think he'll win by a good score there. Okay. Oh, last matchup. All right. We're flying through these today. Okay. We got Ty in first place versus Dave down in fourth. Originally, Dave was favored to win by 19, and now they're pretty much even. What happened there? Dave had Neighbors yesterday, pretty close. Dunze was low, Swift was a little low, Kelsey was a little low, Aubrey was pretty much par. For Ty, we had Laporta. Oh yeah, 3 receptions for 6 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hey, couldn't believe that watching that game yesterday. 2 touchdowns and only 15 points. That's pretty low. So Ty's been hoping for that all year. And then Montgomery had a good day, running up and down against his old team there. So yeah, looking at both teams. I like Harrison Jr., but Minnesota Vikings defense has been good. I don't really trust anything with the Jets right now. Pittsburgh, were they exposed? But Cincinnati's D is not that great. Cook's been good, but they got San Francisco this week. Hurts will probably have a decent week. Shakir, we'll see. Kamara, it's in a dome against the Rams. I don't know enough. Sutton's been playing really well lately after his really slow start to the season. Adams has been better. Hubbard's the 11th running back this year, which is crazy. Yeah, I think Ty's going to lose again, and I think Dave's going to win. Ty's going to drop to 9-4. Dave's going to go to 8-5, and it'll make it nice and tight for the final week of playoffs. A couple teams all fighting for that first overall. As we said with that increase in the dues a couple years ago, that $100 will go to first place the regular season. So there's lots on the line there for a couple teams trying to get that from Ty. So just running through all the matchups here. We have myself and Jen. I think Jen will win. We have the buddies against Tom. I think the buddies are going to win. Jeremy against Richard. I think Richard's going to win. We have Rob versus Wayne, and I think Wayne's going to win. We have Dallas versus Sunil, and I think Dallas is going to win. And then we had Ty versus Dave, and I say Dave is going to win. So if that happens, it's going to be a nice tight standings there. I'll probably be out of it, but that's okay. It's all fun and games. It's a good time. So there's a couple of you who still haven't paid yet, and you guys know who you are. If you don't, you can check the system. So get that in right away. Yeah, I think trade deadline's tomorrow, maybe today. I have no idea. But yeah, so I wanted to get those 4 games in before the video, so we had a little bit more information going into the weekend, so that's kind of cool. So, yeah, like Rob's already got 113 points almost, right? So, lots of points already out there. Excuse me. All right, everybody. Hope you had a great Thursday, Friday. Enjoy the rest. Oh, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye.